Cappies. Hey Capricorns, this is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising. Or if you happened upon here just because you were guided here, maybe you have a Capricorn in your life or a Cappy in your chart. So let's see. If you were guided here, it was for a reason. And there's a message in here for you somewhere that will arrive. Let's see. We got the moon horoscope dice. The moon. And this is the rune we have for Cappy. Hi, I'm Metaphysical Mama. If you just happen to pop over here for your first time, welcome, welcome. If you're reoccurring, thank you so much for coming back. So we got the moon. I wanted to pop out of there. So let's see what that rune is to get us started. So how you doing, Cappies? Lots of ups and downs occurrence, huh? That must be why we just pulled strength. And it's a number 5, and it's on page 100. And we're 144 in, as I said that. So let's see if he'll hang out there. Nicey nice. So you can see that. So let's see, page 100. So yeah, remember to breathe, Capricorns. I know you hold the world on your shoulders. Yeah? Remember to sometimes put that bat down and the pen or the pencil or whatever you feel like you have to keep doing over and over again, because you guys are the best at that. And we need that, right? We need that to create our physical. We need routine, and we need things over and over again to repeat so that we, right? Otherwise, we're a species of forgetful beings. So otherwise, we would forget everything. So it's necessary. However, it's also necessary to take care of you and give yourself permission to do so. I'm giving you permission right now to do so. Remember that you come first. You got to put your mask on, right? Not your mask. I'm talking about the old school airplane analogy, right? If something happens on an airplane, you have to put your mask on before you can help anybody else, right? So you're worthy of that air. You're worthy of everything that you need to make you whole, right? And at the same time, be free so that you are no specific thing, not nothing. That's different, right? The word no thing is, right, if I'm not worried, I don't feel like I have to do this, I have to do a person, place, or thing. I can go to that space where I'm nice and calm, 0 point. Stop telling yourself that you don't have a mom, right? Forgiveness, practice forgiveness, right? And take no shit, meaning, got some doors playing in the background. Riders on the storm. Yeah, meaning, right? Because sometimes, right, Capricorns can take things very literally, yes, because you guys are so practical, right? So this is the balancing of spirituality and practicality, which letting go can be so hard, right? Because then we feel like, right, nobody else can get the job done. Why bother? But then you can sometimes make yourself crazy. So knowing, right, divine timing means knowing when you need to take care of you and take a break from all that you do. And it's okay because you're still doing something that way, even though you feel like you're not. Anxiety, oh my goodness, anxiety, thanks, Mercury. Anxiety may creep up. That's when you have to remember to breathe. Use your tools. They're inside of you, right? Inside of you is this crystal cave. You like this amethyst, nice and healing. Right? The mighty purple path. Right? We have blue blood inside until it hits the oxygen. Anything outside of our physical container, the skin that we're in, which is the largest organ on our body, and it's on the outside, right? Notice I said on, not in. Right? We live within our skin. It's stretchy. It heals itself when we get boo-boos, bruises, or we cut ourselves. And right, and we do bleed, and our blood turns from right purplish blue to red because it mixes with the oxygen. Yeah, picking up on what I'm said. Spirit's giving me crazy messages for you, Cappies. Right? So remember who you are and that you don't need to be anything that has a label attached to it. All you have to do is be you within the skin you're in. Right? And allow little by little, right, the control to let go, because that's just a feeling of not feeling that you can trust another person, place, or thing. Yeah? So it's okay. That's just anxiety, right? That's what's the lie. You're okay. You've done everything you needed to do. So now it's time to take that into accountability. Breathe so you can see, right? Allow spirit, right, to alchemize with you. You don't have to do it alone or feel like you're doing it alone. You're supported. So that was deep from spirit before I even got into reading about strength. Number 5, which is Uruz. Please forgive my pronunciation. It's Uruz. I'll show it to you so you can see. And it's strength, manhood, womanhood, and the wild ox. 844. And please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, Soul Tribe, so you can get notified as well. And share, so we can keep the movement moving. Keep moving through these stagnant waters. We're the ones that got to keep it moving. But we don't need to necessarily be running around all over the place. And I know what that feels like. To be uncomfortable standing still. It was just 911 as I said so. Right? We feel ill. We feel right very uneasy. And it's like, oh, that little switch goes off and it's like, oh, gotta go. Oh, and then it's like, where'd we just go? We just like either we jump into another space in the mind or jump into like we're in the right. It could be hanging out with people, our family, doing something, and then all of a sudden, right, it's like a light switch or some kind of right. Doop. It's that's an electromagnetic frequency that kind of it's like boop. It's like it's like the pool balls on the pool table that get knocked. Somebody hit a pool ball, somebody hit the cue ball, and then we're sitting in that spot, and then boop, get knocked out of 10 right on the nose, 10 minutes in, as I said that. Get knocked out of your comfort zone. Okay, I'm glad I just saw that. Okay, so, or spirit let me see that, right? I'm glad I was able to just see that with you. I have goosey bumps. Ooh, so good. So yeah, when that happens, yo, okay, just as because we're saying that, we're recognizing it, we're gonna have more control over that feeling when that occurs, right? Small curd or large curd, cottage cheese. So as we keep moving through the swampy pond water, don't forget that the lotus blooms, right? The lotus rises up through that swampy mud water. Okay? Muddy waters. Yeah. And if you feel like 1101 as if you feel like something's touching your ankle or your foot or something, Cinderella, um, you know, just keep swimming, right? Because you're recognizing it, you're able to be free from it. Understand what I'm saying? You don't gotta stay and fight. You hear what I'm saying? Right? Because you recognize it, that's conscious awareness, and that is what frees you. That's how, right? Free, not freeze. That is what creates movement in stagnant places of the mind and emotionally and spiritually, right? Where we can get caught up in time. Rabbit, rabbit. Yeah. So recognition is half the battle. So once we recognize, it's like, oh, right? It's like, oh, I didn't know I was stepping on your toe. Oh, so sorry, right? So something like that. It ain't no different than that. You recognize, right? You've been walking around with a booger on your cheek all day. It's like, oh my goodness. So you get it off. Or you had toilet paper stuck to your shoe. Is it the most awesome thing in the world? No, it sucks. However, it's happened to everyone, right? Or something of that nature on some level, right? So do we love being embarrassed? No, but it happens. So sometimes you don't got to make a big deal about it, just like this. So you notice it, you become aware, and you just keep it moving. It's like, oh, okay. You recognize that shit. You feel it. You don't freak out, and you don't got to stay and fight. You don't got to do nothing to duke it out. It's like Back to the Future when he's like, oh, what? You yella? And Michael J. Fox hates being called yellow, right? It's like being called a chicken, right? And so then that's like the one word. We all got that one word, right? It's like, oh, really? You gonna let That's devil energy. Don't fall. Excuse me. A burp comes up as I'm saying that from the under. Hiccup. So that, yeah, says a lot in itself. And we didn't even read the freaking rune yet. Cappy. I got Pink Floyd on. He said, you want to try to break my balls? Ooh, mother, should I build a wall? I love my lighter. Look, it's an orangutan, and he has headphones on, plugged into a big banana. Bananas are humans. Can you feel the beat within my heart? Can you see my love shine through the dark? It's like, what? Did any of you know this song? Pink Floyd? My old schoolers do. Mother by Pink Floyd. Mother, should I trust the government? Craziest songs on. All right, let's get to this reading. So let's see. Ooh, is it just a waste of time? Fucking love this song. I fucking love Pink Floyd. Hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Okay. So the rune of terminations and new beginnings. So death and rebirth cycles, right? So it's just letting go of what no longer serves us and allowing, accepting, and being grateful for the moment we're in. And then you get to shed that motherfucking snake skin. You know what I'm saying? Cozy and okay. I'm gonna turn this down just a tad. It's distracted me. Love this song. Okay. Ooh, babe. Ooh, babe. You'll always be baby to me. Oops, wrong verse. Of course, mama's gonna help build a wall. That's what she's all. That's what they sing. I sing the wrong verse. That happens often. Especially because I don't rehearse. All right. We got a little guitar jam. Okay. The rune of terminations and new beginnings. Drawing urus indicates that the life you have been living has outgrown its form. Like when you outgrow shoes or you graduate and go to a new grade, right? We're going to miss our old teacher and our old class, but we're moving on up. And we hope, right, that our same friends are going to be in new classes that we're going to be in, but sometimes that don't happen, right? That's where we're at right now, babies. Yeah, there's a lot of movement going on, so it's important to accept and be in your present now moment because you're being initiated and we're moving into new space and time. So we're letting go of what no longer serves us, right? Shedding that snake skin. Ouroboros. A snake has to shed its skin, right? Because it keeps growing. But you need to rest in order to heal and grow, right? And sleep is the cousin of death. So make sure that you meditate, take a bath, walk around barefoot. You guys know all this. You guys do all this stuff. But incorporate it internally and believe it. Right? Trusting in spirit, not just what you can see, touch, taste, feel, right? And smell with your five senses, because those can be a distraction or the cause of the misperception due to, right, being so practical. So not wrong, right? Not at all. You're not wrong. You're right. It's just this is right. This is my skin. We're going beneath the surface, right? Which is interdimensional is different than multidimensional, right? Accepting your multidimensional conscious self and then incorporating our interdimensional, right, bodies with the multidimensional consciousness, right? And then physical and practicality with spirituality and our material world. I mean, it's like we're in so many different, right, places at once while standing still in our own skin, right? Like all those dimensions I just mentioned. Right? And there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meanings for every single word. Okay, and that's just in one language. Think if you say the same word in another language, right? It's like there's so many multiple perceptions, right? In the places we can stand to see and have a different, right, way of looking at something in a foreign land, right? It's only foreign until we are able to, right, connect with it. And then it's like, okay, then we can gain more perception and knowledge right? We're munching like little caterpillars, having a little mealy meal of mana. We're allowing that to come in, even though we already know A, B, and C, or 1, 2, and 3, right? Now this is more the abstract, or allowing and remembering that it's okay to be like a child, right? Being a teenager and having to be all grown up and act all grown up is different than becoming a wise elder and remembering to use your childlike imagination so that we're incorporating all those things together, right? And gaining insight and conscious awareness, right? Because the subconsciousness is rising up from the deep, dark abyss, right? The NP Apsu, the underworld. So this is like where we're taking the trip down into the underworld, looking at our shadow self, right? And nobody's doing this alone. You're not alone. Yeah. So, and you guys are mad ass fucking spiritual gangsters. Don't forget who the fuck you is. Yeah. You like pine cones, kids. Right? And the Cappy is like a Capricorn can be, right? Again, like a ram, teenager, the goat. A goat can like and they fight and they butt right their heads and get their horns all tangled up and run up and down the mountain, right? So they like to run around. They like to bite on people's laundry, right? And Jesus say, who the, what the is tugging on my, huh? Was it a goat? But don't forget, if a goat, right, that's walking on all fours up and down the mountain, it was a sea goat before. See, all motherfuckers could swim. Don't forget, everything's water. Mama Wawa within, right? So within, so without, as above, so below, and all spaces in between. Time and the unseen. Yeah. So it's like, and that's it. So it is, so it is, so it is. It's everywhere. As above, so below. So within, so without. Right? And all the spaces in between. Have no doubt. And you just keep clearing the energy and keep swimming. Or kind of remain still and cocoon a little. Right? This is metamorphosis time, right? The caterpillar don't know it's about to turn into a butterfly. And some butterflies, right? Some caterpillars are going to turn into butterflies before others. And that's okay. And you get to show the others that, like, right, we're about to fly, motherfuckers. It's not about, like, right, being conceited or having an ego. As I know you get to grow wings, bitches. Whoop, whoop. And then we all get to fly together, right? So it's like, and swim. And remember, there ain't no label or box or number that you can push or shove us in. Fuckers. Wow. Can't believe we're 23 minutes in. I haven't even read this yet. Oh, Cappies. You always take lots of my energy anyhow. I love you so much. I think we have like this I'm Taurus, cusp Gemini, and I got Aquarius moon and Sag rising. And I got a whole shit ton of shit in Taurus. So like us Cappy Taurus, we're earth signies together. And so I think we see a little different because I'm a little flighty and spiritual. And then I'm so grateful because you guys are more grounded. So it's like my like do ass and your guys being able to like compartmentalize and detail and bring everything into like form and align it. Oh, I'm so fucking grateful. So that's why I work really well with Cappies. But you guys got a dark shadow side. And sometimes it's like, I don't know if we're working together or they're taking and working against me, you know? So you guys, there's sometimes that's going on. I say, But again, it's all love at the end of the day, you know. Because it's like, yeah, it's all part of the ride. And I ain't got nothing to hide. I fucking love you guys. That's it. All right, let's keep going. So let's see. So the life you have been living has outgrown its form. That form must die so that the new energy can be released into a new form. This is a rune of passage, and as such, part of the cycle of initiation. Woo woo! Positive growth and change, however, may involve a descent into darkness as part of the cycle of perpetual renewal. And that's okay. Again, you're not alone. It's like when you go into a haunted house and you're little, you know, it's like you're safe, you're with your best friends or your family, and it's like you go through and it's scary, but it's like you scream and you're laughing and you have fun. You come out and you're like, ah, ha, 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 right? Some of you maybe not. I don't know. Some of you maybe not like that. You know? But relate it to, again, you know, fear produces growth. But don't forget that fear is false evidence appearing real. Right? That's the acronym for fear. Or fuck everything and run. Don't be doing that. You ain't got nowhere to run to, baby. This is like where we're all, there ain't nowhere to run. This is where we got to deal with our shit because we're upgrading. Again, this is right. This is growth time. Right? It's part of the cycle. And you do it right within your own physical skin. Death and rebirth cycle within. And anything outside of the skin we're in, right? We're blue blood inside. Outside it's red. What does the Queen of Hearts say? Paint the roses red and off with their heads. It's like, dag, chill out. Somebody put you on the wrong diet. You just need a hug and maybe take that crown off your head because heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of dead. Then we die inside and we forget who we are. It's much more a comfortable place to roam around with the other wandering stars. You know what I'm saying? Instead, again, all caught up and having to sit on a throne. Then you got to wear that crown. Heavy is that head, and you feel all alone. So sometimes we get what we want, say in a material realm, but then you got to protect everything you got. Everybody want to follow you. Everybody wants what you have, right? So that's not always the most greatest place to be, you know, or the greatest thing to be fighting for or to take from someone else, right? Tee I ain't saying it. So Spirit's like, yeah. No, I ain't saying it. Okay, I'm going to read. Okay. Positive growth and change, however, may involve a descent. Be ready for whatever life throws your way. Dial Skin Smart formula balances moisture into darkness as part of the cycle of perpetual renewal. As in nature, this progression consists of 5 aspects: death, decay, fertilization, gestation, and rebirth. Events occurring now may well prompt you to undergo a death within yourself. And that just means taking the time to take care of you, Cappies. Sit outside, have some tea, smoke some weed, hang out with me. Just rhyming. Hang out with yourself and with your inner, right? Wherever you get your, say, medicine from the mama, it's internal, right? Internal medicine. That's what doctors work with, right? Internal medicines. So in order to have balance from within, right, we need to tune up our instrument, right? Our mortal instrument, the body that we're in, right? Like the St. Francis prayer, let me be an instrument of thy peace. Okay. Let's see. Since self-change is never coerced, we are always free to resist. Remain mindful that the new life is always greater than the old. So a lot of beings are trying to hold on to the old, yeah, or go back, right? Or continue on keeping a wheel, right? Going back to like oil, going back to change the pressure, right? They want to keep going back and keep. It's just 10:44, 30:44. Sorry. So this is about, again, accepting and letting go. It's like, right, okay, there's a detour that way, or that road's closed now. So now we have to go a different way. Or now we can't swim, we got to walk. Or now we can't fly, we got to take a boat. Or now we can't take a boat, right? We got to fly, right? In our mind, in the mind's eye, or whatever it may be, right? So it's allowing a different perception, right, of gravity. Because gravity is controlled by magnetism. A magnet comes before electricity, and that's what produces gravity. After there's three magnets, the place that we grow, we're magnetized to. That's our origin. You know? And the farther we travel away from said home, the mind, body, spirit would die, and we would feel very alone. So traveling away from, that's why when people go into, your body would, cannot handle leaving where, because your element, your body thrives where the vibration is high. So when you're near and around your natural environment, right, then you have a high vibrational being. You're a multi-dimensional light being. How long does it take? How many light years does it take a star to travel? You know, you are who you're looking for. 10:01. All right, let's see. Prepare then for opportunity disguised as loss. You heard that? Just like fear, false evidence appearing real. Prepare then for opportunity disguised as loss. That's what we're going through right now, too, on a big grand scale, right? So within. And then what are we dealing with on a micro level? Personally, right? Your person, per sun, per star, per one, right? So let's see. So exciting, Cappies. It could involve the loss of someone or something to which you have an intense emotional bond, right? Cappies. Emotional bond. That's energy in motion. So allowing that again to calm down, come back within you, and you have control of that. Allowing yourself to let it go and not get so emotional. Or sometimes if you just fling out the emotion and then hold it all in your chest, because there's different types of Cappies here, and this is for Cappy sun, moon, rising, or if you have Cappy in your chart and this affects you or someone else that you're close to, right? So, or however else this resonates with you. Like I always say on my channel, please kindly take what resonates and leave the rest. That way you don't hold anything in your chest or carry any unneeded, unwanted luggage, right? Emotional baggage. And then, right, that's Eve's. And then Eve and all the thoughts go crazy. Then that's the atoms. So now we have negative feelings all over the place, like the devil. So there goes Eve and the devil out in the garden, right? It's like our emotions and our thoughts go phew, So don't let your emotions overwhelm you, overshadow you, take over you. And then that little voice in your head or next to you starts, pss, 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 pss. No. That's your little childish, right, Capricorn kid that you just let jump out because you got scared, afraid, fear, false evidence appearing real. So just tell your little child, get back over here, because that's something you need. That's, look, a thought and a feeling. That's something you just ejected out of yourself. Boom. So we want to allow that to come back in. It's like, hey, and let your inner child know they're safe. And then that's how you raise your Christ consciousness, because you are caring for your inner child by using your divine feminine to create with, and your divine masculine intellect to remember to tell your Adam and Eve that just got ejected from your vessel to come back home right now, because your mother is here, right, within you. And you got to bring that little kid back so you can raise your inner Christ child. So then it grows like a stem. That's a seed. Now that stem grows and rises up and connects to the vagus nerve. And then the vagus nerve comes up through the throat chakra. So this is activating the heart chakra to the vagus nerve. So the empathy, compassion, and empathy. And then that grows up through the throat chakra. So then we have a voice to speak. We can hear ourselves inside because we're taking that control, because we're not allowing that little devil, right, and Eve to go run and hide. We're going through the process of rising ourself with tons and tons of love. And we're never alone. And as that stem continues to grow, it takes its rightful place at the seat of Osiris at the throne, which is the pineal gland, the third eye, which is the first eye. So that was super deep metaphysics. Whoop, whoop. Fucking Cappies. You guys are fucking best, right? The scribes. Lots of scribes in Cappy and Virgo. Virgo, Taurus, Cappy, right? Yeah, or we're bringing a lot of the energy down to earth. So different star systems bringing right, assisting, right, humanity, human, so lots of elder souls and star beings, and we're all running around and say human body. It takes a long time for the consciousness and the soul to reconnect with the vessel that we're in, right? Again, how long does it take a star to travel, right? Light years. So we are light, multidimensional light beings. We are those stars. We're made of the star system, stardust, right? All these different, right, elementals. And the elementals are created through the consciousness of the divine, right? So when we're in our divinity, we create. When we're in our we destroy, right? And the acronym for God is generator, operator, destroyer. So we can, right, we're constantly doing things and, right, killing things, killing a moment, moving on to the next. We don't like that. So that's right. They're just lighter weight versions of, right, assimilating to the process. So it's just a matter of allowing, well, we need to come and, right, and let go of what no longer serves us. It's like, oh, I don't like that thought or whatever that is and whatever have you. So, right, like a commercial just came on. I just hit mute. That's all. Because I don't necessarily want that playing in the background. There's a cute little kitty cat on there, though. All right, so let's see. Prepare then for opportunity disguised as loss. It could involve the loss of someone or something to which you have an intense emotional bond, and through which you are living a part of your life, a part that must now be retrieved so you can live it out for yourself. So claim those pieces of self back. It's like, come on, come home, right? Again, Dorothy has the power the whole time. Click your heels together 3 times. There's no place like home. Home is where the heart is. Activate that shit. Listen to some music. Go take a walk. Color a picture. Go paint. Go eat your favorite food. Go take a ride to a farm. We're about to, we're approaching fall. There should be hopefully some good local farms around. Maybe you can grab like a pie or some high vibrational local veggies and fruit and go create a nice dinner for yourself or your family or however, Go get your nails done. If you're a guy too, go get a manicure. Go get your feet rubbed. Go get a pedicure. Go get a little massage. Body massage. Try to connect with the spirituality, sexuality, right? Our sexual desire, right? Especially people can use that as an addiction, like a drug, right? Drugs, alcohol, sex, power, money, gossip, being nosy, being under people's business, right? These are all addictions. So addictive behaviors is like, right, looking for love in all the wrong places. And that's lust and desire and feelings of lack, which then, right, people want power. It's a different, right? But when you allow yourself to be you and allow the beauty to come in, right, then you bear mad fruit off your tree. All different kinds of fruit because you're allowing, right? And then you really begin to experience, right, immense, right? I'm going to say like full-blown body orgasms. And you don't even have to be having physical human sex, intercourse, right? I mean, it's like literally. So once you start to connect with your divinity and allow yourself to bloom into who you naturally are, it's very exciting. It's so exciting. You get goosebumps. You jump up and down like a little kid. It's like you see all these synchronicities and you're like, woohoo! Just as excited as you were when you're a little kid and you get to, right, have a birthday party, get something at the store, have a special treat, play with a friend, have a sleepover, whatever it is, right? That excited little child in you is like, hee hee hee. They're still in there. Wow, this is the longest reading I've done so far. Cappies. Love you. Okay, let's see. Retrieve so you can live it out for yourself. In some way, that bond is being severed. A relationship radically changed. A way of life coming to an end. Seek among the ashes and discover a new perspective and new strength. Listen to the song A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash. His father names him Sue before he takes off, and he's a boy, obviously, hence the name of the song. And, like toward the end of the song, he's so pissed off that his father named him Sue. He got beat up and picked on his whole life. He's like, what the hell, that bastard? I'm going to beat the shit out of him if I ever meet him. So he does. He runs into his father and he beats the shit out of him. And his father's like, good job, boy, pretty much. And he's like, I knew the only thing I could leave you and give you before I left you was this name, because I knew life was so hard. You had to be strong. And so with this name, you would either be really strong or, right? And his son, Sue, was like, now I have a different point of view. But I still hate the name Sue. But now he has a different perception. It's like his dad didn't hate him. His dad actually did it because he really cared about him and he wanted him to be as strong as he could be. But sometimes that can build the ego up, right? Exceptionally. So we just need to little. It's like a big helium balloon. It's like we little. A little air out at the time. Tuesday's gone with the wind is playing. All right. Seek among the ashes and discover a new perspective and new strength. The ancient symbol for Uriz was the oryx, a wild ox. My baby, my oldest daughter, was born near the ox. When the wild ox was domesticated, an immensely difficult task, it could transport heavy loads. Learn to adapt yourself to the demands of such a creative time. Right? You don't have to be right. This is about creation, being creative. You could anything. You could draw any. Nothing has to be right. It's about being creative. Right? It's like if we're in art class, everybody write a poem or everybody draw a picture, right, of your favorite animal or whatever animal comes to mind or whatever first thing comes to mind, the first color and the first animal you think of or whatever have you, right? So everybody's going to have something different that's going to come to their mind, right? That they're going to create, and it's all going to be different varieties, right? Versions, and none of them are wrong. They're all beautiful, and they may not be the most, right, perfect things, perfect pictures. They're still all going to be beautiful or have some kind of, right, like inspiration to them on some level. Okay. The ancient symbol of Uruz was the oryx, a wild ox. When the wild ox was domesticated, an immensely difficult task, it could transport heavy loads. Learn to adapt yourself to the demands of such a creative time. Firm principles attached to this rune. At the same time, humility is called for, since in order to rule, you must learn how to serve. Uruz puts you on notice that your soul and the universe support the new growth. That's motherfucking beautiful. And I didn't pull it reversed, so I'm not going to read the reverse because I usually do. There's usually a good message in there too. I'm just kind of being guided not to, but I don't want to jip you guys out. I'm not reading it either. So let's see. If it was reversed, which it's not, but if it was, because we can all be coming from different directions here. So let's read that for all intended purposes, right? Cappy sun, moon, rising, or any cap, if it's in your chart or you have a cap close to you in your life, right? Or you were just guided here. There's something in here. We're all kind of Capricorns, right? Like rebels, teenagers, think we know it all and get afraid and want things our way, or else we're gonna go away or go whatever. All right, so reversed would mean without ears to hear and eyes to see, you may fail to take advantage of the moment. The result could well be an opportunity missed or the weakening of your position. It may seem that your own strength is being used against you. So if you're feeling that way and feeling like you're blaming others for stuff, it's like, wait, take a second. Are you taking care of you, or are you overwhelmed and you forgot how to say no, or you're afraid to say no, or you feel like you got to keep doing and keep going and keep, and there's no other way? There is. You got to remember to breathe, baby. And I think Pink Floyd's about to say the same thing. Breathe. Breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to care. All right. It may seem that your own strength is being used against you. For some, yours reversed will serve to alert, offering clues in the form of minor failures and disappointments. They're okay. That's what makes us, right, recognize. So we don't, right? It's like you go driving, it's like, oh, there's a pothole. You hit it a few times, and it's like you know about the pothole, and we kind of make it a game to drive around it, right? Or get it in between the middle of the four tires, right? It's like, woo, or whatever, right? So it's like, yeah. For others, those more deeply unconscious or unaware, it may provide a hard jolt. Reversed, this rune calls for serious thought about the quality of your relationship to yourself. So, right, paying attention to you, not what everybody else thinks, not what everybody else has, not what everybody else wants, what you need, and the relationship with you, and why the intentions, right, of maybe why you do what you do, right? Remember that you need to do things for you in a positive manner so that you're whole, so you don't feel that you have others against you, or that, right, something else is greener on the other side. Yeah. Home. All right, but take heart. Consider the constant cycling of death and rebirth, the endless going and return. Everything we experience has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and is followed by a new beginning. Therefore, do not draw back from the passage into darkness. When in deep water, become a diver. Whoop, whoop, deep divers. Everybody watches Ralph Smart. Capricorn, you might actually, I think definitely Pleiadian. So, and yeah, you guys might have good relate well with him. I'm just gonna pull an animal spirit card for you because we went almost an hour, Cappies. You and I just had a wonderful time. So thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Please come back. And if you like this, I'll do more. Zodiac, astrological readings. We got the wild boar, number 48, which we also break down to a 12 and 4 foundation, infinite 8. So look up the wild boar. Spirit animal medicine. There may be some stories that may come up. There's a boar. I was watching something yesterday about the wild boar. Where was that? In like Russia or Siberia. And the poor thing had radioactive, the radioactive wild boar. But it didn't harm him. It was like he was able to, but he was totally radioactive. Maybe you can look up that story. I was like, but there's a lot of stories with the wild boar. And what's hiding behind him? Oh, the wabbit. As I'm listening to Pink Floyd, breathe. Run, rabbit, run. Number 30. So, rabbit and wild boar, 48 and 30. 12 breaks down to a 3, both 3. 3 and 3 is 6. And then don't forget we had the moon. And of course, the rune of strength. And you guys represent strength, and you're allowed to sometimes take a breath and be weak. It doesn't mean you are weak. It means you don't need to always have all that strength to hold everything and everyone and everything else up and all this other stuff. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay and it's good to let go. Just let go and breathe. And what you need will be right there. Diving is a little different than going up and down the mountain. And sometimes the Capricorn, right, goats, you forget. You started out a sea goat. Remember how to swim? Deep diving deep diving within oneself. And I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to pull one crystal card quick. Here we go, Capricorn. What we got for Cappy, Sun, Moon, Rising? What crystal? So you're going to get, I got a little homework. Wild boar and rabbit. Maybe look up some stories, mythology, the numbers, numerology, whatever comes. Turquoise, number 39, another 12, another 3. Ah, beautiful, Cappies. So it was a great reading. Yo, just keep on swimming. You're not alone. Huge, super loving hugs from Metaphysical Mama. And we got a big soul tribe, and all we do is keep on growing. That there ain't no rush in this race. Yeah? 5555. Stay in your place. Right? Don't get too scattered and allow yourself to go too far. Right? Come back home. Remember, you are a star. Come back home to your own star. Right? Don't listen to the rabbit and the boar. Sometimes they can, there's a story I'm aware of. I can't get into it now, but right. Sometimes these two can, like the fox, they can be a little very cute, but they do a lot of. And God told the rabbits a long time ago, stop making so many babies. And they didn't listen. And then he said, now I'm going to make you, right? You're going to be the like everything is going to hunt you. Every single thing. So that's why it's important to listen, right? So it's okay if we haven't, right? And also rabbits are just cute. I love rabbits, but so, but there's a moral. That's like an old native tale with the rabbits. I forget from which, like, tribe and all that. And wild boar. It reminds me of Hellboy. And lots of other things, but. So on that note, yo, I so appreciate Cappies. Stay happy, happy, happy. And it's okay sometimes if we're not. We just go through it. We always get what we need. Wow. What's this song? Damn. Anybody remember this song? Ooh, ooh, ooh. And please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, Soul Tribe, so you get notified. And please share as well. All right. I so appreciate. Come back, please, anytime. And always remember, you are divine. Mwah. See you next time.